with apologies for the accent, Bruchim Habaim, Bienvenidos, Bienvenue, Welcomen, Benvenuti, Bem-vindos, Dobra Požalavat. All of this to say, welcome, dear friends. My name is Carol Sterling, and it is my privilege to serve as the chair of the World Union for Progressive Judaism, and to officially welcome you to Connections 2021, Facing Our Jewish Future Together. I am speaking to you from my spiritual home at Holy Blossom Temple in Toronto, and I'm so sorry that we cannot be together in Jerusalem like we were in 2017. My heartfelt thanks to our incredible lay and professional leaders who have planned such an exciting, impactful, and moving virtual program for us over the next few days. The World Union was founded in London in 1926 under the visionary and dynamic leadership of the Honorable Lily H. Montagu. Its first international convention took place in 1928, when leaders of the newly formed organization gathered in Berlin, the birthplace of Reform Judaism. The goal then, as it is today, was to bring together members, leaders, rabbis, educators, youth, young adults, families, and communities from our diverse global Reform and Progressive Jewish family to a vibrant and engaging gathering. The COVID-19 pandemic has shown us how much we crave real contact with one another, and also how creative we can be when circumstances force us apart. The lessons of Jewish history are that we can achieve miracles, and that our inspiration comes from one another. Thank you for sustaining and representing our progressive Reformed Jewish values and continuing to put our beliefs into action, especially during these challenging times. The mission of the World Union is to support, enhance, and expand the worldwide network of progressive Judaism through individual and collective activism, advocating on behalf of Jewish and universal issues, putting Israel at the center, and building strong and meaningful interfaith relationships. We strive to bring progressive Jewish values to universal global issues such as racism, economic exploitation, gender issues, climate change, diversity, and inclusion. Here we are, gathered together despite being geographically apart, to hear greetings from world leaders and key Jewish figures as we launch Connections 2021, and to install Rabbi Sergio Bergman as our president and leader of the global movement. Rabbi Bergman stands proudly on the shoulders of those World Union leaders who came before him and brings with him his own incredible intellect and insights, experience, warmth, humor, and spirituality. What an amazing partner and blessing he is. As we begin this journey of facing our Jewish future together, I encourage you to actively participate in the learning, praying, singing, and networking, and feel free to share your ideas and dreams. We are your family. My wish for all of us is good health and safety, and I hope and pray that we can meet again soon in person. Please enjoy Connections 2021, Facing Our Jewish Future Together.
Quiero felicitar a Sergio Bergman por haber sido designado presidente de la World Union for Progressive Judaism, lugar desde donde va a representar millones de judíos liberales en el mundo. Sergio, me da mucho orgullo este reconocimiento a tu trayectoria, tu compromiso y tu vocación de servicio. Sos un líder espiritual, social y cívico, siempre dispuesto a defender las libertades y la integridad institucional. Ha sido un honor poder contar con vos en mi equipo de gobierno. Juntos batallamos para volver a poner a la Argentina en el mundo. Felicitaciones y muchos éxitos en esta nueva etapa.
Hi, my name is Rabbi Jordan Helfman. I'm the Associate Rabbi here at Holy Blossom Temple in Toronto, Ontario, and a co-chair of this Connections 2021 conference, Facing Our Jewish Future Together. I'm excited to join you this evening as we honor the installation of Rabbi Sergio Bergman as the WUPJ, our World Union President. And I look forward to seeing you around the convention as we meet each other in different sessions, as we schmooze at the Wonder Bar, and as we see each other again for Shabbat. To celebrate this moment and to raise our spirits in joy and music, the kind of music that can't help but bring us together, I'm honored to introduce this evening Achinoam Nini, who will perform with Gildor on guitar. Achinoam Nini, known as Noah, is an Israeli singer-songwriter, composer, and activist working internationally for peace. She has collaborated with artists from Afghanistan, Sarajevo, Belgrade, Africa, and Israel, and it's our great privilege to welcome her as a friend of our movement to perform tonight. Please enjoy.
How does my north connect to my south? How does my heart connect to my mouth? How does my skin connect to my soul? Is the sum of my parts anything whole? What do my eyes reveal of my dreams? How can I laugh when inside I scream? How does my song connect to my name? Can there be ever one and the same? And I want you and I need you, and I need you, and I want you and I need you, and I wanna set my insides loose, come to terms and sign a truce. If I can't find the mystery code, how will I ever carry this load? And I want you and I need you, and I need you, and I want you and I need you, and I know you're getting tired of the fight. To connect my left side with your right, to connect two arms and legs in all four chambers of the heart, and understand forever who how can we live with anguish and fear? How can we shelter all that is dear? How can we take our fate in our hands? I'm talking to you, you'll understand that I want you and I need you, and I need you, and I want you and I need you, and I need you, and I want you and I need you, and I need you, and I want you. Universe begins with you and I. Universe begins with you and I. You and I. Universe begins with you and I. Whoa, the universe begins with you and I. You and I. Universe begins with you and I. Whoa, universe begins with you and I. You and I. Universe begins with you and I. All the you and I. Woohoo! Shalom, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everybody. Shalom. My name is Noah or Achinoam Ni Jew. And this is Gildor.
Hi, I'm Gil.
You know, Noah stands for not only Achinoam. So Gil and I have been working together for 31 years. Yeah, I think we're sort of two halves of the same brain, finally, or a two-headed monster, like one of our bass players used to call us. Yeah, we're so happy to be here with you, with the World Union for Progressive Judaism, האיגוד העולמי ליהדות מתקדמת. How cool, how beautiful. So what's it all about? Judaism or religion or life? At the end, it's all about love. And you can find it, yeah, all you need is love, right? That's the whole Torah on one foot, ואהבת לרעך כמוך. And that's what we're all about. That's what music is about. That's what progressive Judaism is about. So we're gonna delve into love. Two aspects of it with two musical contexts, totally different. The first will be from an album that we released 2 years ago called Letters to Bach, dedicated to Johann Sebastian Bach and his amazing music with lyrics that I wrote and very super cool arrangements that Gil did. This album, the executive producer was Quincy Jones, which was a great honor for us. And this is invention number 4, I believe.
Exactly.
Yes, and it is called Little Loving. Little loving, trust a little loving, that is all I need. Yes, indeed. Little loving, trust a little loving, and I'll start believing in the Lord above and all those stories about the man, the ark, the dove, Moses bringing those tablets of 10. Law for a woman and man. I don't need all of humanity. All I need is you. You make me feel the world is not a basket case. When through my tears I see your smiling face. A little love and dress of love and passion, and I'll see the world in optimistic fashion. Though it seems that we are losing, I can't connect to what the world is choosing. I'd resurrect a simple way of loving, minus push and shoving. Ooh, ooh, the angels sing a little love, bring it in. A little love and just a little loving of elemental be. Little love and trust, a little loving every night and day. The anger melts away, come on. Let's put our weapons down, erase the fear, the frown, and let the sun shine in. Let the sun shine. Yeah! Bach, Little Lovin', cool. And now, Wieseltier, right? Meir Wieseltier, great Hebrew poet, wrote this beautiful poem about love with music that Gil and I wrote. Aval Ahava. ושיקעתי בתודה אהבה, אהבה. איזה
Dear friends, I want to wish you great success in your deliberation in this wonderful conference of the World Union of Progressive Judaism. Thank you, my dear friend Carol Sterling, for your service and leadership of this movement. And welcome, heartfelt welcome to my good friend, Rabbi Sergio Bergman, for assuming this worldwide position of great importance in the Jewish world. Rabbi Bergman is not only a mensch and a friend, but he's also an outstanding Jewish leader. I met Rabbi Bergman when I visited Argentina as the chairman of the executive of the Jewish Agency, and he was Minister of Environmental Affairs in the Argentinian government. But what struck me mostly was not only his kippah, but his incredible love of Israel, Ahavat Israel, his outstanding Hebrew, and his knowledge and wealth of Jewish sources and Jewish history. And now he's assuming this position already as a very important leader who's voicing his opinion and expressing his positions on so many important issues that are facing the Jewish world. And together we are harnessing so many Jews around the world and communities for the well-being of the Jewish communities, in combating anti-Semitism, in dealing with Jewish education, in building Jewish identity, in believing in the state of Israel and its right to exist, and most importantly, of course, in the diversity of Jewish life world over. So I want to congratulate you, my dear Chaver Sergio. May you go from strength to strength, and may your movement be a pillar in the Jewish world which can lead us forward in meeting all the challenges of today's world. Toda rabba ubeatzlacha.
Shalom, dear friends. On behalf of Keren HaYesod, it's my pleasure to congratulate Rabbi Bergman on his appointment as the new president of the World Union for Progressive Judaism, an incredibly important role for an organization that is integral to ensuring and safeguarding a vibrant Jewish life for Jews around the globe. I've had the honor of knowing Rabbi Bergman for nearly 10 years and look forward to continuing to work together in this new role. I want to also acknowledge my friend and colleague, Gusti Yoshua Braverman, the head of Department of Organization and Connections with Israelis Abroad at the World Zionist Organization. Keren HaYesod is proud to work together with the World Union for Progressive Judaism in our common mission of working to improve the lives of those who need us most and instilling strong values and hope for a better future for the lives of the next generation of Jewish leaders. The Connections Conference that you are hosting is a landmark event that is very important to Keren HaYesod and our supporters, and we always look forward to the event as a way to connect and engage in meaningful conversations about Israel and the Jewish people. Israel has been and will always be home for the Jewish people. Through our work at Keren HaYesod with our global family and communities, and together with all of you, it's our hope to continue to have an impact on the people of Israel and to build and maintain a lasting connection with the Jewish communities around the world who will be dedicated to advancing weaker communities and populations and helping and to nurture disadvantaged and marginalized youth and connecting Jews around the world to Israel and Jewish life. We wish you, Rabbi Bergman, all the success and fulfillment in your new role, and may this year bring about positive changes for all of us throughout the world. To all of you, have a productive conference, and again, Mazal Tov, Rabbi Bergman, and thank you for all that you are doing for the Jewish people around the globe. Toda rabba u'b'hatzlacha.
מכובדיי, כבוד גדול ועונג גדול הוא לי לברך באירוע כל כך חשוב לרגל כניסתו של הרב חריו ברגמן לתפקיד נשיא האיגוד העולמי של התנועה הרפורמית. ברוך השם, עשרות שנים, אנחנו משתפים כבר פעולה, אני באופן אישי, עם האיגוד העולמי של התנועה הרפורמית, ועם כל העומדים בראשו במשך כל התקופות. היה לנו חברות אמיצה, חברות ממש, עם הנשיאים הקודמים, ואין לי ספק שבעזרת השם אנחנו נשתף פעולה ונעשה דברים משמעותיים גדולים ביחד, גם עם הרב סרגיו ברגמן, שהוא לכל הדעות אישיות נעלה, מוצלחת מאוד, מתאימה ביותר לתפקיד, ותביא כבוד והדר לתנועה הרפורמית העולמית. בהזדמנות זו אני גם רוצה לברך את היושבת ראש קרול סטרלינג, ואני רוצה לברך גם את חברתנו גוסטי, עם כולם על השיתוף פעולה, על מה שהן עושות במשך כל השנה, ועל מה שנעשה ביחד. המון תודה, עלו והצליחו, ובעזרת השם נעשה ונצליח.
שלום לכולם מירושלים, אני מאוד שמח לברך את ועידת האיגוד העולמי ליהדות מתקדמת. אנחנו בהסתדרות הציונית העולמית שמחים לעשות איתכם דברים נפלאים למען עם ישראל, למען מדינת ישראל, וזה חשוב לנו מאוד. אנחנו מאוד שמחים על היבחרו של הרב סרגיו ברגמן, שהוא חבר טוב והוא יהודי וציוני חשוב, שהיה שר בממשלת ארגנטינה, ואנחנו ממשיכים פה לפעול ביתר שאת עם חברתי הטובה גוסטי יהושע בברמן, ראש המחלקה לארגון ולפעילות עם ישראלים בתפוצות, וכמובן עם הגברת קרול סטרלינג, שעושה איתנו עבודה נפלאה למען עם ישראל וארץ ישראל. אנחנו שמחים מאוד על הפעילות הטובה שאנחנו עושים בהסתדרות הציונית העולמית איתכם ביחד. בואו נמשיך לפעול ובואו נמשיך לעשות טוב לכולנו. תודה רבה.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Hanna Verhulst, Chazanit from the Netherlands and former board member of the Dutch and European Union and a co-chair of Connections 2021. It is my privilege to have contributed to the Shabbat programming of Connections 2021. I look forward to seeing you there. I want to thank all leaders of major Jewish organizations for sharing their blessings for Rabbi Bergman. Having you here tonight to share your partnership with the World Union supports the growth and strength of our Jewish values and communities around the world. And now, I'm honored to invite Ahinoam Nini and guitarist Gil Dor once again to share their personal stories and 2 more songs with us. This time in English and Spanish. Toda rabba, enjoy, veel plezier.
Again, very, very happy to be here for the World Union for Progressive Judaism. And I'll tell you a little story. I was born in Israel to a Yemenite family, and the family moved to the United States when I was a baby, when I was a year old. And I went to Jewish schools, to what you would call yeshiva and modern Orthodox institutions called yeshivas. And then I came to Israel when I was 17 years old, having been immersed in this in the Orthodox Jewish educational system. In Israel, things opened up for me in different ways. And when it came time to bar mitzvah my son, I was trying to decide what to do, in which way. I did not raise my children religious, but we are definitely cultural Jews. This is the way we approach our Judaism, as our culture. But we did want an aliyah Torah and everything, and so we did find a place, a home for that, and that was in the progressive Judaism context. Beit Daniel was the synagogue that we chose, a beautiful place with Rav Meir Azari, and Ayeli made an aliyah Torah. He read the Torah in Yemenite dialect, which was so super cool, and he had his Dvar Torah, and we sang, and everyone was sitting together, and it was a beautiful, beautiful way to celebrate this incredible occasion, his bar mitzvah. So thank you to Bet Daniel for that. I've thanked Meir many times, and once again now. With the years, I suppose, I've sort of transformed, everything that I learned about Judaism into my own variation, or my homemade religion, I would call it. And when Gil and I recorded an album in 2003 called Now, and for that album, or was it on Blue Touches Blue? Where's Homemade Religion? I think it's Blue Touches Blue. Yeah, that's the album that we released in 2000. We recorded this song called Homemade Religion. And basically the idea is that, the most important things are everywhere. Lessons that we can learn are in the smallest and the biggest things around us. That's what inspired this lyric. We don't often perform it, actually, so we're very excited to be able. Hardly ever, yeah. It was recorded, and then I would urge you to seek out this album, Blue Touches Blue. You can find it on Spotify. But here is this very, very intimate and acoustic version of the song, Homemade Religion. Oh, I will tell you something funny that will give you some context. When I was a little girl, I used to get really excited about the digital clock turning, into the same constant numbers, like 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3.
Mechanical digital.
Mechanical digitals.
These little things falling.
That's right. And when they started being everywhere, I just absolutely got excited. And for me, that was sort of a moment in time where you could make a wish, a tooth fairy or whatever. It was a moment to make a wish. So that also became part of my homemade religion and part of this song. Stop. It's 3:15. You have 1 minute. Are you ready? Now think of all things created. Think of those that you care for. Think of what you've been blessed with and everything that makes you afraid. Wish for anything. Let yourself dream. Wish for things to get better until 3:16. There's a stone in my garden that keeps me committed and close to the ground when I feel I should run. There's a plant in my corner that helps me remember to reach out my arms and touch the sun. There are 2 million ants that live in my sidewalk, working together to nurture and feed. And the old TV set with the sad evening news, so I never forget how much love we need. Love we need. Homemade religion in my kitchen. Homemade religion. Now think of how you've been feeling and how you've made others feel. Think of what you've been given and what you need to hear. Wish for anything. Try to keep still. Wish for things to get better, and then maybe they will. There's a branch in my window that helps me remember all of the beauty that grows from a seed. And the old TV set with the sad evening news, so I never forget how much love we need. Love we need. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Homemade religion in my kitchen. Homemade religion. Whoa. Homemade religion in my kitchen. Whoa, whoa. Homemade religion. kitchen. Homemade religion. Stop. Woohoo! Wow, I love that song. Cool, thank you.
And I remember that kitchen.
You remember the
Not shower,
kitchen? Yeah, exactly the kitchen where the branch, the plant, the
Yes.
old TV set,
And the
and
ants
and a lot of discussions and philosophy. Well, we've been at it for a long time. Gil and I have made 15 albums. Oh my God! So if you're interested in, getting into our repertoire, you can find us on Spotify and delve into it. A lot of philosophy, a lot of homemade religion. All right. So we were actually asked to perform something in Spanish. And we are very happy to oblige that request. We've been blessed with success in many countries around the world that have embraced us and loved us. And Italy, maybe first and foremost, and France, and all of Europe, and in South America. But Spain really holds a special place in our hearts, and we've been so warmly welcomed into that country. And so we wanted to return some of that love. We did that by learning. I learned a little bit of Spanish. Growing up in New York, that was not too difficult. I at least had the sound. And we had some of our songs translated to Spanish, and we recorded them in that manner. And some of them actually became quite big hits, like this one, the one that we're going to sing for you now. Again, it's a philosophical song about transformation, and it is called Uno Queriendo Ser Dos, and I'm going to play the cajon, which is actually a box, but it has a wonderful sound. So here we go. Yeah.
Uno en la noche, uno al despertar, uno soñando una mitad, uno asustado, uno y su dolor, uno queriendo ser dos, uno desierto, uno mar azul, uno en el filo, uno inquietud, uno buscando, uno desamor, uno queriendo ser dos. ¿Dónde estaré mañana? ¿Dónde estarás, mi amor? Bajo el sol, abrázame, fundidos los dos en un corazón. Uno dudando si hay o no verdad, uno mil veces soledad, uno escuchando a su corazón, uno queriendo ser dos. ¿Dónde estaré mañana? ¿Dónde estarás, mi amor? Bajo el sol, abrázame, que sé que tú y yo podemos ser dos. Que sé que tú y yo podemos ser dos, fundidos los dos
Un corazón. Lev echad. Yeah. Cool. So we need love. And what else do we need?
We need to become one.
And
unity
peace.
and
Love and peace. Yeah, that's a
What
good
more?
thing.
כל נתיבותיה.
כל נתיבותיה שלום. Yeah. Here, my friends, I stand before you, naked, stripped of all pretense. I'm here to say a word or two in the name of love and innocence. It's been a long time, they've been out of style, and I won't live in illusion. There's not much chance that things will change on lonely planet Earth. All that is natural, all that is free, like me loving you and you loving me, like the sweet fruit growing on a tree, like the blood-red coral in the sea, like shaking hands and sharing food and a real creative attitude and a big strong hug. Well, that feels good. And the miracle of birth. Shalom, shalom, come on, come on. Shalom, 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 come on, come on. Shalom, 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 salam, salam. Salam, 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 salam. Ooh. Salam, salam, salam. You really don't need a diploma from any university to understand and to enjoy this plentiful diversity. You only need to free your mind of all those preconceptions. You use your mouth for laughing and for asking and to kiss. Communicate, communicate. Don't say, oh Lord, I've come too late. You're always welcome at love's gate to wash your feet of fear and hate. So when you come and when you go, the words are peace, goodbye, hello. In a language that I know, it goes like this. Shalom, shalom, come on, come on. Shalom, 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 peace. Shalom, 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 salam, salam, we want it. Salam, 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 we need it. Salam, salam, salam. Ooh, ooh, Shalom, 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 come on, come on. Shalom, 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 salam, salam, waiting. Salam, 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 working for it. Salam, salam, salam. So if our strategy is love, don't bite my head off. I said love, and you said
So simple.
but you know, it's so easy to miss. So when you come and when you go, the words are peace, goodbye, hello. In a language that you know, it goes like this. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, 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 shalom. Shalom, 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 salam, salam. Salam, 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 salam. Salam, salam, salam. Shalom, peace, goodbye, hello. In a language that I know, it goes like this. Salam, 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 peace, goodbye, hello. In a language that I know, it goes like this. Shalom, shalom, and thank you. Shalom, 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 shalom. Toda rabah. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Salam, salam, be well. Salam, salam, salam. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Woohoo! Shalom, shalom, shalom. All right. So we're getting to the end of this little performance that we really, really enjoyed. Thank you again for the WUPJ, World Union for Progressive Judaism, for inviting us for this little show. We're very, very connected to all of the values that you stand for. They are our values as well. So we feel very much at home in this context. We'd like to say thank you to Michelle Braunstein, who is doing all the camera work, and to Itzik Fried, who's doing the sound, and to my husband Asher Barak, who is the cheerleader and the water boy, and to all of you for giving us your ear, lending us your ear and heart for this period of time. We're going to end with a song that has been very, very important in our career. We were honored to have been approached by Roberto Benigni and Nicola Piovani to write lyrics and record the theme song for their monumental film, La Vita è Bella, Life is Beautiful, with the absolutely incredible message as conveyed by the father who, with the power of his love, his tenacity, his courage, his humor, saved the life of his child in this incredible film. If you haven't seen it, it's an absolute must. And this is something we deeply believe in, Ve'ahavta l'recha kamocha, with solidarity, generosity, and the power of the love of our hearts, we can overcome everything. So here we go.
Smile without a reason why. Love as if you were a child. Smile no matter what they tell you. Don't listen to a word they say, 'cause life is beautiful that way. Tears, a tidal wave of tears. Light that slowly disappears. Wait before you close the curtain. There's still another game to play, and life is beautiful that way.
Life is beautiful. Toda rabba, everybody. Toda, Gildor, Naima Chinoam Nini, or Noah. It has been a pleasure being here with you. Be well, be safe. Shalom.
Thank you.
It is an honor and a privilege for me to install Rabbi Sergio Bergman as president of the World Union. Rabbi Bergman has a very distinguished record of service to the Jewish people, to our movement, and to issues of social justice in society. He's a master's degree from the Hebrew University, summa cum laude. He has master's degrees from the Hebrew Union College, the Jewish Theological Seminary, and rabbinic ordination from the Buenos Aires Rabbinic Seminary. He received numerous awards for his leadership in the Jewish community and society in general. Rabbi Bergman has authored 7 books. In 2015, he was elected to serve in the Argentinian national government as Minister of the Environment, and was responsible for the creation of 6 new national parks in Argentina. I've looked through the history of the movement. I don't know anyone, any rabbi, any active rabbi who actually served as a member of a major national government. I first got to know Sergio in his student days in the early 1990s in Jerusalem. And I was always very impressed by his dedication to Jewish learning. Sergio is an ardent Zionist, he's a pluralist, and he will serve with great distinction as president of the World Union. In Pirkei Avot, there's a mandate to every Jew. Aseh lecha rav, uknei lecha chaver. Find for yourself a teacher and get a friend. In the original phrase, I assume they were talking about two people, a teacher and a friend. But Sergio, I want you to know that, and I want everybody else in our movement to know, that you will be both a teacher and a friend to everybody in the world movement. So, Sergio, I wish you hatzlacha b'chol drachecha, much success in all your endeavors.
With determined spirits and a cunningly sharp intelligence, my siblings and I have had the privilege to be raised by a man of many, many words. He's a believer in the powers of collective organization and true tikkun olam. My dad is an invitation to join our local communities while still keeping a global mindset. A true craftsman of the word, he chooses all of his words carefully. He built over the years a sense of humor so witty, so smart, and so sarcastic that is now his forever trademark. It is our pleasure to share with the WUPJ a husband, a father, a citizen that is so multifaceted, but is most importantly an all-around fascinating human being.
Se'ayom asa Adonai, Nagila v'nismecha bo. This is the day that God gave us to our joy and to receive all the blessings of our sacred work in the World Union for Progressive Judaism. It's an honor, a privilege for me to take the presidency of the global organization of the Progressive Reform Movement. We are a global extended family, and we try to serve faithful to our values. The World Union need to translate the sacred values of our prophets of Israel, our sacred text, in the new context, addressing and facing new challenges. We are marching toward the first 100 years of the World Union. I'm so proud to be the president of the World Union. I am so thank you for the support, the friendship, the blessings from every one of you around the world. We are offering this round table to build together the unity into the diversity, the strength of the Jewish people, and to fulfill our shared vision, Letaken Olam Bemalchut Shaddai, to fix our world and to do it better. זה כבוד רב עבורי לקבל על עצמי את התפקיד כנשיא האיגוד העולמי ליהדות מתקדמת. פה בירושלים עיר הקודש, שנקיים את הכתוב כי מציון תצא תורה. שנשלים את חזון נביאי ישראל, לא רק לחגוג את הריבונות העצמאות של הלאום היהודי בארץ הקודש, אלא שמדינת ישראל תהיה אור לגויים. חברה למופת על בסיס הדמוקרטיה, הפלורליזם, כבוד לזולת ואהבת רעך כמוך. Es para mí un gran honor y una profunda emoción poder agradecer a mi país de origen y a mi comunidad, la Fundación Judaica, con todas sus organizaciones. 25 años de trabajo en el fin del mundo, con el orgullo de pertenecer al movimiento reformista, progresista y liberal, y al mismo tiempo habiéndome comprometido con la sociedad argentina y con la agenda global, del cambio climático, de la sustentabilidad, del cuidado de la casa común y el mensaje universal de la tradición judía, de restablecer la fraternidad humana como esa gran familia que somos. Quiero agradecer a todos y a cada uno de ustedes por el acompañamiento, el apoyo y la posibilidad de reconocer y agradecer, como lo hago con mi familia, con la red que hemos construido a lo largo de esta trayectoria en años, habiéndome formado y preparado como un joven líder en el movimiento reformista en Argentina, al haber aprendido de mis maestros y rabinos que con su ejemplo me han inspirado y fundamentalmente comprometido con mis hijos y las próximas generaciones, para que no los llamemos nuestros hijos, sino nuestros constructores. Altikrula em banaij ela bonaij. Son ellos nuestra continuidad, nuestro futuro, nuestra esperanza de un mundo mejor y fundamentalmente agradecerle a Dios que me sostuvo con vida, que me permitió en bendición llegar a este sagrado momento. Permítame entonces bendecir junto a ustedes Baruch Ata Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Sheheyanu, Bekimanu, Beigianu, Lasman Ase.
Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, melech haolam, Sheheyanu Lasman Ase, Lasman Ase. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, melech haolam, Sheheyanu Bekiman Ve'iyanu, Lasman Ase, Lasman Ase.
Adonai, O God, we invoke your blessing upon all the countries where we live in liberty and freedom. May those governing administer all affairs of state with justice and equity, so that peace and security, happiness and prosperity, rights and freedom abide forever among us. May all the nation states in which we dwell be an influence for good throughout the world, uniting us in peace and freedom, fulfilling the vision of your prophet. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. And let us say, Amen.
מי שברך אבותינו אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, ואמותינו שרה, רבקה, רחל ולאה, הוא יברך את חיילי צבא הגנה לישראל ושאר מגני ימינו, העומדים על משמרתם, ישמרם הקדוש ברוך הוא ויצילם מכל צרה וצוקה ומכל נגע ומחלה. ישלח ברכה בכל מעשה ידיהם ויקוים בהם הכתוב. וכיתתו חרבותיהם לעתים וחניתותיהם למזמרות. לא יישאו גוי גוי חרב ולא ילמדון עוד מלחמה. והשבו איש תחת גפנו ותחת תאנתו ואין מחריד, ונאמר אמן.
Shalom, my name is Nitzan Barak, and I'm a member of Yozma congregation in Modi'in, Israel. Maybe you recognize here behind me. It is my honor to co-chair Connection 2021 and to represent IMPJ and the place of Israel in the heart of all Jews around the world. I invite you to join me in singing Hatikva, the national Israeli anthem, that speaks of freedom and hope in Hebrew. To honor this special moment, we invite Cantor Sofia Felkovich, the first cantor in Europe and the only one in France, to sing this message of hope for all of us in the many languages she speaks and sings. Please join us and enjoy this moment of togetherness and hope as we close this evening event. Bivracha and להתראות.
Dear World Union Conference attendees from around the world, שלום לכולם. אני מקווה שאנחנו נוכל להתפגש ממש בזמן קרוב. Today we cannot be together physically, but we are all more than ever connected by our common heritage. I am Cantor Sofia Falkovich, and as we envision a better future, we join our multiple voices and come together in song. We are concluding this moving ceremony in hope and unity with Hatikva. Hoy no podemos estar juntos físicamente, pero todos estamos conectados, concluyendo con esperanza y unidad con Hatikva. Сегодня в разных частях света, несмотря на физическую дистанцию, нас всех объединяет наше общее наследие. Wir sind heute alle weit zerstreut in der Welt und doch sind wir heute mehr denn je vernetzt. Mögen wir diese Vernetzungen und das Zueinanderfinden in unserer ganzen Vielfalt pflegen und fördern. Wir beenden in Hoffnung für uns und unsere Kinder mit Hatikva. Pour conclure cette cérémonie émouvante, je chante un espoir de nos voix multiples pour nous et les générations futures pour nos enfants, Hatikva depuis le Musée d'art et d'histoire du judaïsme à Paris.